Well, first of all, the map in front of you is our progress year to date for FirstNet opt-in.
You don't quite have it
Don't have
yet.
it yet.
You don't have it?
There we go.
Okay. That's the map that we have so far. These dots do not represent specific cities, but coverage areas. So that gives you an idea there. These dots are not necessarily specific locations, which means we could have multiple locations in that area. Could have one, could have two. All the dots indicate LTE improvements, but they're not frequency specific. So, meaning they may or may not have band 14. I know in the FirstNet portal, I know there's a few folks that have access to that. I know you have it. That has that granular, that's in there in the portal. So, having said that, all these sites offer FirstNet service, every single site. So, and I don't think I was here, 2 months ago? So I don't think we have anything new on here unless the only one I didn't remember is the one at the bottom there by the Missouri border, down there by Lamoni. So I think that one could be relatively new. So.
At the end of the day, over 200 sites, additional sites.
Well, there's.
But that's the total?
Yeah, as far as either upgrades to existing sites or brand new ones being built.
Right.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
And I've talked to Andy he's our RAN network engineer based out of Minneapolis. Either this November meeting or do you have a meeting in December too? Okay. Hopefully get you a little bit more granular map. Some of that stuff we can't. If it's in the FirstNet portal, it's not necessarily open to the general public, but we'll get you whatever we can get.
Is AT&T available for public safety today as well as for personal use?
Yes. So if you go into a AT&T store, and if you're a first responder, they can sell you. They can offer services to you because you're a first responder for your personal phone at a discount
So you have
rate.
to obviously show identification,
Yep.
and so you go into the AT&T store.
Yep.
And do that.
Yeah. So all the stores in Iowa are open and available for that. And
There's data packages and phone packages and just
Yes.
data, just phone, unlimited, no throttling?
Correct.
Okay.
Has AT&T identified all the sites that you're working on or purchasing or improving within the state of Iowa?
That's an ongoing.
Right.
The build-out plan for FirstNet's 5 years.
So you haven't identified all the sites yet, as these 200 sites that you're talking about?
At least on the eastern side, I think most of those have been identified, and they're working on those. But that'll be an ongoing process because I know I was talking to where's Chris? Yeah, I was talking to Chris yesterday. I think we have a site in Carroll that we want to go on. I'm not sure that the city wants us to go on, so we're working through issues like that. So if that falls through, then we have to find another site.
Sure.
So. Go ahead.
Yeah, Dustin, we had a call for some vertical assets from people recently, and I've sent you several sites. Has any use been made of those sites from some relays? I know they have to fit into the channel plan and coverage map plan, but has any of those local sites been of use so far to FirstNet?
Not yet, but keep sending them to me because I know you sent one. I think it was it rural, either Marshalltown or Tama?
Yep.
Andy looked at it and just didn't fit what we were trying to get done. But obviously we would it's cheaper to do that way if we can co-locate rather than get a new site built. So
When we did the first outreach and we touched every county, 3 years ago now, almost, we passed out before the meeting, like who you are, who you represent, and then one of those questions was, would you be willing to provide infrastructure for FirstNet? I can get you those numbers, and all those that responded yes may help you.
Okay, and I do think, when we went through that FirstNet process, because I know as vendors, when AT&T had to submit a bid, a lot of that information was in the Iowa FirstNet portal.
Okay. Every asset in the state.
Yeah, I think that was part of the Iowa job was actually, okay, hey, look, this is all our infrastructure that we own. We're gonna put that in the portal, so all the vendors who are bidding on it could actually look at that, look at their network and say, okay, look, if we're gonna bid on FirstNet, each state, we know what each state has that we could co-locate on.
But I'm talking about the local sheriff's office that said, yeah, you could use our site.
Okay,
But the city, whoever was in that room offered that up, so you really drill down into, I know you had the portal and you had everything available, but this is more, you can really probably make some progress if you have a hole to fill somewhere with somebody that offered.
if you have that, I'll take it and I will give that to our RAN network folks and send it up the chain.
I just thought of
Yeah.
that, so.
Absolutely. Any other questions?
Thanks.
You bet, thanks.
Okay, we'll move on to new business.